Hi! So, remember how I said I wouldn't make content about Royale High anymore? Remember how I said that multiple times because the community for that game is awful? Yeah, so I lied. Apparently, false accusations against me won't stop me from fixating on this mediocre Roblox game. Tragic. I know. I'm like a cockroach. You can't get rid of me. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm not gonna get into that since it's unnecessary. We don't need that. We don't need more rehashed drama. You get that enough already, so hi. Again, hi. My name is Nikolai, and welcome to a new series. Maybe, big maybe, this might be a one-off video. I don't know. But recently, I've been getting really bored of my routine. I've been getting bored of my content. Like, I've been designing OCs for too long, and I wanted to mix it up a little. And what better way to mix it up than to make redesigns for Royale High's problematic toys? The more I think about this video, the more I regret doing it, but it's too late. Anyway, we're gonna redesign some toys today. Specifically, we're gonna redesign some of the Wave 1 locker dolls. They're pretty cute, pretty simple. I like them, but I want to bedazzle them and see what they'd look like in my style. Also, disclaimer, this is just for fun. In no way am I saying my redesigns are better than the originals. I also do not support Jazzwares, the company who makes Roblox toys. They suck. Their beliefs are against mine. With that being said, let's start off with the Dark Locker doll. Let's go ahead and ramble about her, shall we? Out of all the locker dolls, this one by far is my favorite. She has a lot of unpainted sculpted details you might not notice, like the heart chain she has around her skirt, the ruffles on her top, and the laces on her shoes. You might have noticed the mini set for her toy code is very accurate to her real outfit, and honestly, I adore it! GP did a very good job modeling that mini set, and whoever designed the actual toy itself is kinda skillful. They're very good at what they do. I can't deny that. Anyway, I think this toy is very adorable. It's one of those designs I like to call vampsel bait, since it has everything I enjoy in a character. She's dark, vampiric, cutesy, and ruffly, so of course, I decided to redesign her first. Immediately, you'll notice with her chibi art that I didn't stray too far away from her original design. I'm trying my best to keep my redesign similar, and also, again, I like this doll's design already. I just wanted to add on to it more since I'm a maximalist freak. The first thing I did was gather up my references, as always. I had a rough idea in mind already, and it wasn't hard to find pictures. For example, I wanted to change this doll's sleeves and make it more dramatic. Make them look like gothic bell sleeves, so I just took random pictures of said bell sleeves as a reference. I won't credit all the pictures I saved since their designs didn't aid me. I just had them to figure out the physics, because clothing folds, especially on loose fabrics, are very difficult to draw for me. That being said though, I used something in Royale High for further sleeve inspo. The bell sleeves alone weren't enough for me, apparently. So, I used the Juliet sleeves from the Stardust designer set and added onto it. I think it's a cute combo. I don't know, you tell me. Overall, I just wanted to add more ruffles and bows to Dark Girlie's top. I also wanted to add a little skull in the middle of her main bow. It's a really tiny detail, but I love it. I also thought it would be nice to give her an undershirt. Well, a turtleneck. I love turtlenecks, so I had to. I'm sorry. I also just don't like the idea of her showing a lot of skin. I don't know why. I don't have a reason for it, so let's move on. Her skirt is something I really love, but it was so difficult to draw. I used a reference for it that I've had in my gallery for a very long time now, and it's this beautiful skirt by Little Birdie Messages on Etsy. It's very similar to the original skirt this doll has. It has chains, a corset, and most importantly, it has bows. It has lace that I turned into ruffles since I can't be bothered to draw lace, and I like like it. I think it works well with her top, and man, the things I do to get the original skirt from Etsy, man oh man, I do not have the funds for it, unfortunately. Moving on to the hair, I really wanted to change Dark Girly's hair. I'd say her hairstyle is the thing I like least about her. Like, I can see where they're trying to go, but the mold for it just isn't hitting for me. It looks pretty odd, so I changed it. I kept the sharp silhouette it has, but that's about it. I took inspiration from existing hairstyles in Royale High, by the way. Specifically, I took inspiration from the vampy bangs and the NB punk pigtails. Her hair also looks like the perfectly fluffy hairstyle, but that's just a coincidence. At this point, I was struggling with this doll's color palette. Her palette is very limiting. It's very monochromatic. It's only shades of black, gray, white, and purple, and the hair color was a nightmare to figure out. I don't know if I wanted to keep it the original lilac shade or make it pure black or ombre. I had no clue. It was very hard trying to balance the colors, but in the end, I decided to make the hair a perfect split between lilac and black. I think it looks neat. Also, peep the bat clips for the pigtails. They're so cute. I got it from Amazon from this brand I can't say the name of. It's appearing on the screen though, so it's okay. Her bottoms were easy to figure out. I wanted her to have ripped tights and knee-high sneakers. It's pretty similar to the ones Converse has, so that's cool. I didn't want to do anything special with the bottoms since Dark Girly is visually heavy upper-wise, and I didn't want to clutter things. I didn't want to stray the focus away from her upper body, so yeah. Take notes, Royale High players. Not everything needs to be hyper detailed and messy. Oh, and before I forget, her face, her pretty face. I changed the doll's eye color to red for a tiny bit of color variation. It's also to make her look more like a stereotypical vampire. You know, just the usual. I changed her makeup, made it more goth-inspired. I added webs to her eyelashes, which are sick. They're so cool. I'm very proud of them. I also gave her shark bite piercings like my persona. She's just like me, for real, for real. Overall, I had so much fun redesigning this doll. I'm very proud of her. It was a breeze drawing her. I only had like one difficult moment during her designing process, which is the colors and colors alone. After all, I'm not used to working with limited palettes. I like my palettes colorful and varied. Thank you. Give me 2 colors only and I'll genuinely drop dead. This was good practice in hindsight, honestly. I'm really satisfied with the coloring and the overall results. What do you think this doll's name would be, by the way? Because I think Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway suits her. Next up, we have the Nature Locker doll, who I butchered, it seems. Her original toy design is rather simple but cute. She has lots of unpainted sculpted details, much like the Dark Locker doll. It seems to be a thing Jazzwares does for the Royale High toys, and I think it's nice, not gonna lie. Wish I could say the same about the company itself, but no. But anyway, this doll has pink twists that become a high bun at the back. She has a flower clip. Her green top is ruffled and paired with a bow and corset. Her skirt has butterflies all over it, and her shoes have butterfly wings at the sides as well. Overall, it's a good design for how much the toy is worth, but I have a problem with it. You see, we have 2 other nature dolls for Wave 1, and they have very similar outfits. Posy, for example, also wears a green top paired with a corset. The Deluxe Nature Fairy also has a butterfly theme and shares the same color palette, and it's just... It's not for me, Chief. I understand these are all nature fairies, but we can get a little more creative than that. No? Like, there's more to nature than butterflies in the color green. So yeah, I already went against my word and did a pretty drastic redesign. Oopsies. First of all, surprisingly, I wanted to keep this doll's color palette. I thought if I changed that, this redesign would make no sense and would look like an original character instead, and that's no good, because that's not what we're trying to go for. I wanted to keep her hair twists too. I think they're really cute and it would be criminal if I erased that aspect of her. I also wanted to keep the butterfly theme as well somehow, which leads me to the first inspiration I got, which was the skirt from lolitashow.com. I don't know if this website is legit, by the way. I think it's a scam since their prices are suspiciously cheap. But anyway, the skirt I found there is really cute. I like the printed butterflies it has. I like how they're framed like taxidermy. I also like the general shape of the skirt and the lace trim, so I used it for inspo. I added more things to the skirt, of course, like bows, hearts, and ruffles. It honestly looks like the sugar dough skirt in game, which wasn't my intention, but oh well. With the skirt out of the way, I knew I wanted to give Nature Girly a heavy frog theme. Her toy coat set is a frog coat, which I love. Again, Cheapy did a good job modeling it, and I wanted to use his work as inspiration. So, what I did was make several frog accessories for this doll, like her hat, her leg warmers, and her little bag. I had to give her a frog bag since the doll's mystery backpack is a frog too, so it only makes sense. To be honest with you, I was tempted to reference Keroppi from Sanrio, but I thought it would be a bad idea. I don't think it's wise to mix two medias together for a doll redesign, so I didn't. I'm kinda sad I didn't go through it, but it's probably for the best. Anyway, after that frog debacle, I then made the skirt into overalls to mimic the general shape of the toy's top. I saw another thing on Lolita's show that inspired me to do this, and it's this adorable frog outfit. I also took inspo from the puff sleeves and overall top, so yeah. By the way, this website is definitely a scam. Do not buy anything from them. This is why I hate trying to find credit for Lolita clothes. Gosh darn it. If someone knows where these outfits are from, please let me know so I can link them properly in the description. Thanks. Anyway, I struggled a bit with figuring out Nature Girly's hair. I knew I couldn't keep her bun because of her hat, so I just did pigtails for her. I also made the ends of her twist curly since I thought it would be adorable, and I like it a lot. It's pretty, and it was so fun to draw. I also gave her a bunch of hair clips too, since I mean, look at me. I love hair clips. Honestly, I gave this redesign so many accessories and they're so unnecessary, but I love them. Like her arm warmers, the stickers on her legs, and her butterfly choker. They're just so endearing and it makes her more unique. I just love it a lot, you know? Oh, and one last thing. Her shoes are a recolored version of Koi's chunky frog boots. Very cutesy. Very demure. I know. Other than that, I have nothing else to share about Nature Girly's design process. She was really fun to draw. I didn't struggle much with her, and I'm very happy with how she came out. I think she's my favorite redesign in this video. Is that too early to admit? It's probably because she looks so bubbly and sweet and gosh, I'm so tempted to reuse her and put her in my OC universe. Like, she'd be great friends with my OC Charlie. They'd be such a silly duo. I genuinely might just yoink her after this video's done. I think the name Amelie suits her, by the way. Not joking at all this time. I think it sounds cute, and yeah, she's my little meow meow. She's my little silly scrimblow. I need to stop stealing characters from Royale High. I swear. Last but not least is the Light Locker doll. And boy oh boy, did I struggle with this one. Let's talk about the toy first. As expected, this doll is simple but adorable. She has shoulder-length pink hair, a blue top with a heart sculpt, a yellow skirt with stars, and a pair of yellow sneakers to match. Her color palette and general vibe really reminds me of Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony, which I think is cute. It's very light fairy coded, that's for sure. Overall, her toy is fine, it's great, but I have an issue with her. You see, she was very hard to reimagine in my style because my first instinct was to make her a Decora girly, but it didn't work out, so I used Kidcore as inspiration instead. And yes, those two styles are different. Please don't confuse them. I keep seeing Pinterest users post Decora outfits and labeling them as Kid Cora, and it's very painful to my heart. Please stop doing that. Anyway, I really wanted to keep this doll's vibe and silhouette. I really like her, despite how simple she is. Like, out of the 6 locker dolls, she's one of those toys that would cater to kids like crazy. She's pretty, she looks sweet, she's bright and pink, and it's just... she's another Vampsel bait character, I'm afraid. I am the child that's being catered to right now, unfortunately. So yeah. The first thing I did was change her hair a bit. I don't really understand what style Jazzwares was trying to go for, but I wanted to give her vintage pinup curls. They're very nostalgic, very pretty, and very difficult to draw too. I kept her facial features as well. I like her blue eyes and pink lips. That's very nice. I did give her dimples though, and darker eyebrows. The brown eyebrows the original toy had just threw me off, and I couldn't stand it. The outfit was a pain to figure out. I don't know what I was doing or thinking when I designed her clothes. I think I just went on Pinterest and played Russian roulette. Like, I can barely explain my thought process behind this doll. I'm gonna try my best though. I'm gonna try. I wanted to change her blue top into a cardigan. I didn't like her original top much. The shape looked too similar to the Dark Locker dolls, so I searched up a bunch of stuff on Pinterest until I realized, oh, the cloud cardigan I saw a while back is perfect for this. You've probably seen this cardigan many times before, but I was introduced to it by Honey Art and Nature's version on Etsy. I think it suits Light Girly a lot because she already has a star theme going on. I may as well lean into it and make it more broad like the sky. By the way, I wanted to draw the cardigan knitted, but I couldn't. I'm not skilled enough for that, so it looks kind of basic. But moving on, I decided to give this doll a summer crop top, whatever you want to call it, to change things up a bit. The other 2 redesigns I made were covering a lot of skin, so why not let this one show a bit of tummy? Just as a little treat, you know? Also, I added hearts to her crop top to reference the heart her original top had. I think it's cute. It's not super noticeable though due to the lack of contrast, but it's whatever. It's fine. I'm definitely not regretting my color choices there. And then her skirt... I think the doll's original skirt was meant to be pleated, so I kept that, but added a slit at the side to show shorts. I don't know if there's a term for this type of skirt, but I got inspired by InControlClothing.com to do this. They have a skirt similar to this with a gummy bear print and some chains, and I really like it. I especially like the detail of the chain, so I added that in, but made it stars and hearts to match the necklace I wanted to give her, which is the starlight necklace we have in the game. I also changed her skirt to pink to balance her colors out. If it was yellow, just like her top, it would look really odd, so yeah. I added glitter and sparkles to it too, so that's fun. And then her shoes... I didn't really like her sneakers because we already have several other dolls with that kind of footwear, so I gave her boots with stars instead. These were inspired by Lamoda's star boots. They're very cool. I would love to have them, but that's besides the point. I gave Light Girly some socks as well, just to add more detail and color, you know? You may have noticed I also added lace and such to her skirt. I just love adding unnecessary details. They make my life complete. Also, her bag, her little star bag, is really cute. That was a last-minute addition I wanted to do. I was gonna give her a backpack to reference the toy version, but I noticed the toy backpack is just normal. I thought it was star-shaped, but it isn't, so I did my own thing. And yeah, I think that's about it. Despite how much I struggled with designing Light Girly, she actually took the least time to draw. She took me 2 hours to render and line, and that is unheard of coming from me. I usually take 6 hours or more to draw, so that's pretty epic. Overall, I'm very happy with how she turned out. She looks like she'd be a very popular student in Royale High. She looks sweet. Her design isn't something I'm used to creating, so it was nice practice doing this. I'm happy. I'm vibing with this redesign. I have nothing else to say, so let's cut to the outro. this was a fun watch. Creating this video has been a blast for me, and I might do more in the future. Like, I really want to redesign the rest of the locker dolls, especially the ice one. Let me know who your favorite redesign is in the comments, assuming you even like them. Again, the nature locker one is by far my favorite. Don't be surprised if I reuse her in the future. She's just so pretty and I can gush about her forever. I hope you all have a good week. I'll see you whenever I reemerge from my coffin. For now, goodbye.